Like pretty much every industry ever created, entertainment industry as a whole consists of 5% groundbreaking and genre-defying things, 35% of petty crap that people eat because they have no taste and are essentially the industrial equivalent of those crazy ants you'll never get rid of, and the rest of it consists of solid, stable mediocrity that will give you one emotion or another and then you'll forget about ever watching it in a week or two unless you constantly inject bits of additional merchandise in you. The genre of slice of life is exactly in the latter for the most part, solely because these types of shows are designed to be as inoffensively okay as humanly possible. Most of them do absolutely nothing to push the bar forward, take no risks whatsoever, are extremely bland and predictable, and while being relatively okay in graphical and writing department, most of them can pretty much be described as, yeah, it wasn't bad, probably. And the biggest offender of this whole is the subgenre of thematic slice of life, you know, the K-On! And such stuff. It's always about a cast of 4-6 girls, sometimes feminine boys, doing some sort of hobby, and that's pretty much it. It's no surprise that for various elitists in the anime community, these anime form the most comfortable punching bags. They are the easiest one to target, and people who like these sorts of anime are usually the easiest to offend. And before someone starts, I have no strong opinions about the genre as a whole. For one to be objective, one has to be above forming opinions about such broad concepts, otherwise stuff like Made in Abyss would be shit by default. You can like or dislike these anime all you want, but if you try to tell me that you haven't seen the exact same plot for about 1 billion times by now, or that this somehow makes the anime worse in quality, then you're either lying, stupid, or never watched a lot of anime in the first place. But anyway, A Place Further Than the Universe is an anime for 12-year-old girls created by Madhouse, you know, the ones who created Chobits anime, co-produced and distributed internationally by Crunchyroll, you know, the ones that censored touching boobs in that Danmachi game. It tells us a story about these 4 girls who want to go to Antarctica for reasons ranging from going to a place where her mother died to being coerced into it because she literally has no friends and wants to die. This is pretty much it in terms of plot. The girls gather up, plan the trip, make the trip, bond with each other, explore each other's problems, end the trip, the end. The parts that are supposed to make you care for the characters work in most cases. The jokes were for the most part legitimately funny. Some of the parts were clearly made with young Japanese girls in mind and are hard to understand, like in one episode we are being told that Hinata, the upbeat girl that doesn't go to school, was once in a track team and she won in short-range distance against, I think, older girls, and that's gotten her bullied by other girls that in turn forced Hinata to quit school entirely. What? The way they portrayed this all was like as if those friends of hers staged her rape, filmed it, put it on the internet, and are now asking for forgiveness, yet all they did to her was spread bad rumors about her. I don't know, maybe that's a genuine problem for schoolgirls these days. Back in my days we had capital punishment for children. I'm not gonna pretend I understand modern education. Otherwise, the graphics are fairly solid, with 3D being fairly blended with the drawn stuff and used sparingly. The music was generic and forgettable, but that was to be expected from these sorts of shows, and what really surprised me is that barring some parts of it, the overall trip to Antarctica is fairly realistic. Yes, even the fact that untrained 16-year-olds are going too. Civilian trips to that blasted wasteland are a thing, you know. In summary, I am not unhappy with the anime, but neither was I impressed by it. It's a solid, high-quality slice of life, and people who like slice of life will enjoy it immensely and then forget about it in a week or so. As of this recording, I've watched it a week ago, and barring Hinata, which is a fairly common name, I can't remember any of the characters' names, and for the most part looks except that girl who has the smile of a professional rapist. However, those that aren't into slice of life stories or just don't like these biased high school dramas are best to stick to stuff like Violet Evergarden or something else. To me, a film, game, anime or a play succeeds where I can remember the names of at least the main characters, can retell you in detail what happened in every given episode, and can whistle the main opening in its entirety. These 3 are the main indicators that not only I liked what I've experienced, but can also recommend it to anyone I know. I remember Kobayashi, Fafnir, Toru, Kanna, Lukoa, Chito, Yuri, Riko, Reg, Momonga, Ichiro Inuyashiki, and Hiroshi Shigami. The only ones I can remember from stuff like Konosuba or My Hero Academia are Aqua and All Might, solely because one is the true protagonist while the other looks like John Travolta.